Hi everybody, Flow Yoga Faith here. I'm here at Flow Yoga in Port Richey, and this is our Flow as we go, our yogic happy half hour. So we're again going to spend this 30 minutes in a chair. You may say, I have been in the chair all day. I was really looking forward to getting up and moving. But you know what? You're gonna be moving, and you're gonna learn some things that maybe you can do just to take a little break when you're in the chair to maybe challenge you and change that perception with you sitting in a chair. Yoga is about breathing. It's about creating focus and attention. So the reality is we can do yoga anywhere, and we can be kind of inventive and explore just to kind of see what we can do. So let's take this moment to come to this place. So find a chair, preferably something that does not have arms. Now if it has arms, we'll have to work with it, that's okay. But if you can find like a dining room chair, those usually work pretty good. Office chairs, if they're soft and move, aren't quite as good. Now you may have a yoga ball, a big yoga ball, and if you have that to sit on, that's good too. You're gonna get a lot more challenge if you're using that today. So go ahead and gather that chair. Maybe you have to change your room or whatever. And then once you do find that chair that you want to use to sit in, we begin to notice how we bring ourselves to the chair. You know, sometimes people, they slouch in a chair. You've seen them, their back is resting and their body's kind of like a shrimp. We don't want that. We want to have that nice, long energy. So the first thing we want to do is notice how our feet are. So if we have shoes on, that's fine. We can leave those shoes on. If we take our shoes off, we can really use all the sensations in the bottom of our feet. We can really feel how our toes get long and wide, and then we can really notice what we feel, how our arches lift. So just go ahead and at first notice the feet. You don't want to be like up on your toes so that you're too far back on the chair, but at the same time heavy into the heels. Maybe notice the knees. The knees are directly over the feet, over that ankle. And notice where you are in that space. So hopefully now everyone has their chair and they're where you need to be. And then we can start easing ourselves back if we're sitting forward. So let's bring the butt back first. Slowly letting our butts come back. We don't want to lose that connection, that sensation of our feet. Now maybe our back touches the back of the chair and maybe it doesn't. So we're not relying on reaching back into the chair here. We just want to sit tall. And noticing how high or low your chair is really going to affect your experience with this today. So once we feel that place, that our feet are strong, that we sit up nice and tall, we may be able to feel that pelvic floor, that as we breathe in, as though you're lifting that pelvic floor. So what's interesting on the chair is we may really begin to connect and feel that Mula Bandha, that root lock. So as we breathe in, lifting that pelvic floor, but try not squeezing your butt cheeks. I know that's what you're trying to do. Try not squeezing that, making this come from the front. Feeling our body lift nice and tall. Notice how the head feels. Maybe you need to take the head a little side to side. Can we allow that head to balance just perfect? And we may notice that our spine has almost like a little snake, that we have these curves that help us to balance our head. So feeling that pelvic floor rise, feeling that energy lifting up, and maybe like there was a string attached to the top of the head and you could feel it lifting. And then as we feel that exhale, don't collapse here, but maybe feel the energy of that belly coming in So it kind of presses that breath back out of where you brought it up, so we can start feeling that belly lock, that Udaya Bandha here. Just take a few breaths just to feel that sense of strength, that elongation. And begin using our arms. Now for today, as we inhale, just let the arms lift out just a bit. Not all the way, but just let them lift out. And then exhale, let them come down. So as they lift, we don't want to take them any higher than our shoulders right here. And then when we let them come down, our palms face the front, so we find here a seated mountain pose. Just taking that inhale, lifting, feeling those arms just at shoulder height, and letting them come down. But let's be cautious that we don't let the shoulders start creeping up into the ears. We want to feel how those shoulder blades are just kind of moving. Let's do that just a few times, breathing in, lifting and opening, and exhale. Inhale in creating that space, and exhale. Excuse me. The next time the arms come up and out, let's let them reach out and stay there. Pause. Again, notice if those shoulders are creeping to the ears, you can gently relax them. Notice the hands, if the palms are down, if they're facing forward or up. Where do you feel the strongest? Where do you feel that place that you can hold this pose with the least amount of effort possible? Can you just feel the shoulders melting down? Let those arms just reach. Maybe close your eyes and just feel that breath. And then on our next inhale, let's take the arms up all the way. But this time, see if we can let those arms just lift straight up from the shoulders. Go ahead and lift. Now you may feel here that the top of the shoulder creeping up into the ear, so as you exhale, can you lower that down? And what you feel is that energy there at that shoulder blade. Breathing in, feel the body lengthen. When you're ready, lean to the right, half moon pose. Try not letting that right arm fall. And then as we inhale, lifting up, exhaling over to the left. And then inhale, come all the way up, reach, reach, reach. Again, if those shoulders are creeping to the ears, exhale, let them soften. And on our next exhale, our arms will only come out to the side again. Reach them out and pause. Breathe into the shoulders, breathe into the chest. Find strength. And on our next exhale, slowly allow the hands to come down to the side. Just now let the shoulders melt down. Just feel maybe how long those arms feel. And we're going to begin moving our butts a bit forward. So go ahead, don't be shy. Let your hips come forward. Again, though, feel the feet firm. Now here we want to kind of gauge where we are. Can we take our hands back behind, that we have enough space for our palm to fit behind our butt cheek? You want to go ahead and do that on both sides. So if you have to move forward, do so. And then we want the fingers to melt down along the side. Let the arms be strong. And here, as we inhale, push that chair away and feel the chest lift as you feel the shoulder blades coming together. Feel the arms nice and strong. Now as we exhale, just don't collapse, but just kind of release just a bit. Feel yourself inhaling and open a little bit more. So feel those shoulder blades working, that chest open, and then exhaling and releasing. Let's do that one more time, lifting. Feel how maybe the arms get a little stronger, and then maybe walk your hips a little forward a little bit more. Can you open up a tiny bit more here? And then again, as you exhale, just let it release a tiny bit so that you may realize this is like a bridge pose. Take that nice inhale, lift and open again, and guess what we can do here? Lift that hip up and feel that strength. Now that may be more than what your body is enjoying today, so keep the hips down. And then when you're ready, they come down again as we exhale, and now sit up nice and tall. Let those arms rest. Breathe. Feel that strength here into those arms. Now as we take an inhale, we're going to draw the right leg up. So just take an inhale, feel that leg lift. Remember, the toes need to come up to point in the direction we're going. And then we're going to slowly let this leg come out to the side. So now just for a moment, feel that right leg pointing out, that left leg is pointing forward. You can just feel yourself nice and wide. Take another big inhale, lift the chest, and now turn your body to face that right leg. Feel as that left shoulder is guiding towards that right knee. And then we're going to take that right hand, bring it back behind us again. Just take it on the chair. Left hand comes to that right thigh, lift tall and twist. So if you remember, we did a lot of twisting at our last chair class. Feel as we lift tall, you should really feel those belly muscles working. And then come out of the twist. But this time, let's take that left hand back on the chair. Feel how that left shoulder depresses down. We're going to let that right arm reach forward, let that come up in the air, and now it's like we have a reverse warrior pose. So feel that left arm really powerful. Feel those triceps wrapping into the bone, stretching up here with that right side. And then slowly let this arm come down. Turn to look forward. And then as we breathe in, can we lift that right leg and bring that leg in and find that seat? Let's go ahead and work those arms back once again. Give ourselves that nice opening here of that chest. Just release it a bit. And that next time, would you like to lift the hips up? Just go ahead first, feel that chest, feel the arms. Maybe the hips slide forward and you lift and open. Maybe you're wondering, how does this look from the side? So here we are with the arms back nice and strong, and then that hip lifts. And then when you're ready, bring yourself back down. How does that feel? So when you're ready, left leg begins to work. Take a nice inhale, lift that left turn so the left toes point out, right toes face forward. Take that nice inhale, feel that Mula Bandha, feel that lift. Turn our body to face that left leg. Let's ease that left hand back behind by that left butt cheek. Take that right hand now to that left thigh, and as we sit tall, we can feel our body turn. Can you feel those oblique muscles, those muscles that run along the side here? Feel them working. Lift tall, breathe. And then slowly just come back center. We'll switch the arms out. Left hand will come on the chair, back behind the left hip. Now make sure that arm gets strong. You don't let that elbow bend, you don't slide in, but you feel that. Again, lift from that Mula Bandha. Feel that belly, feel the heart open, and then left arm rises up as we find like a reverse warrior from the chair. And then as we're exhaling, letting the arm come down, slowly looking forward, feeling that smile of strength. When we're ready, guiding that left leg in. Let's bring those hands once again back behind. Feel those muscles strong into the arms, and notice how the shoulders are coming down as the head lifts up, and there's all this space now between the head and the neck and those shoulders. Feel that chest expand. And then would you like to lift those hips once again? Breathe. And then we'll lower down if that's where we are. And just take a moment here to sit nice and tall. Now we want to be sure here that our hips are forward on the chair, that that back of the chair is way, way back behind us. We're going to walk our hands back and then let the elbows bend, and can you let just the upper back touch your chair? So you're not letting your low back drop in. Just let that upper back and still feel long. Let the arms reach out to the side, and now let them come up over your head and stretch here. Now would you like to walk one foot forward and then the other foot forward? Now here it's okay to let the toes point a bit, because we're working the back body, but we're stretching that front body. So maybe you feel that nice stretch in the front. And then slowly the hands can come back down. Keep the back strong. Walk those feet in. And as we inhale, use your hands and arms to push up. And we come back center. Take a moment to find that center ground, that still space. When you feel ready, let your knees open out just a bit. Now this time they're not all the way out, pointing out to the side, but just get a letter V here. We're going to sit tall and slowly start to hinge here at our hips. Now we only come far enough that we feel that we can hold. We're going to bring our forearms down to our thighs. We bring our hands to our hearts. Perhaps we'd like to go a little deeper, so we work one elbow in, the other elbow in, pressing those legs apart, and suddenly we have a Malasana, a garland pose in the chair. Now for those of you who may want a little more work today, just bring your hips forward and come off that chair. Where do you want to be? And then let your hips come back down and let the upper body melt down, and just take a moment here and find that fold. Maybe look under the chair. You may find some crumbs or dust bunnies. And then you say, oh, at the end of class, I have to get out my vacuum, and that's okay. Then as we inhale, let's look forward. We're going to leave our left hand down, turn to the right, and just bring our right hand onto the right hip. Take a moment, slide that right shoulder back. Feel the spine long. Breathe. Your legs are probably working, your back is working, your chest is open, you're breathing. And then slowly come back center. We'll let that right hand come down. When you're ready, as we inhale and lengthen, we'll take that left hand to the left hip and we turn left. Find your breath. This is a strong move. And then as we exhale, come back down and let the hands come down. Can you let the upper body melt? Now here we have an opportunity once again. Maybe we want to come off the chair. So our weight comes forward onto our hands, and then we allow those hips to rise up. And now we're in a forward fold with wide legs. Allow your hips to sway gently side to side. So if we've lifted, we sway side to side. If we haven't lifted, maybe we wiggle the shoulders. So if our hips are up, they stay up. If they're down, they're down. We'll walk our hands to one side. It doesn't matter which way you go to. We come back center and then walk our hands to the opposite side. So never feel that chairs are for people who cannot, but they're for people who can, who will, who explore and learn. We come back center, and as we do, let's look forward. We want to bring the forearms again onto our thighs. Pause here. Feel now that you're not pushing into the back. You feel the chest open, and then bring your hands to your thighs, and then ease yourself up. How do you feel? I bet you got a little work. So let's go ahead and walk our feet together. And we're going to go ahead and turn ourselves on the chair. So we're going to first turn to the left. So when we do, just let both legs face the left side of the chair. But when we do, we want this right leg to kind of hang off here just a bit. So go ahead and allow this right leg to kind of be off that front. We're going to sit tall. We can bring our left hand, if we need, to the back of that chair, or maybe we hold on to the seat. Now can we begin to take this right foot and walk it back? Maybe we point the toe and we just let that leg kind of hang heavy in that space. Just notice here how we feel. Getting a nice stretch as we lift and open. Now here we also have an opportunity to take that right hand down to that right ankle, lift that ankle up, hold on, look forward, and use now that right arm to guide that right leg back. And guess where we are now? Dancer's pose. When you're ready, our left arm can either stay on the chair. Remember, we can hold on the back, our hand can stay at the chair, or we take our left arm up into the sky and we enjoy the freedom of the dancer's pose. Find your breath, breathe. Maybe for you, that right foot stays down. You don't want to get cramps into that hamstring. When we try to overpower that move, we may get that sensation. So move that leg back, lift open. And then we'll bring that left hand down. We still maybe hold that right leg just for a moment. And then gently begin to lower that foot down. Take a moment here. And then we're going to slowly begin to turn ourselves back to center. We're not turning to the right yet, but I want you to take a moment. Notice now, how do you feel? How does that right side feel? That leg. Maybe notice how that left side of the ribs. So are we ready to turn ourselves to the right? So as we turn, it's this left leg now that's just going to be kind of hanging off that front of the chair. Make sure that right foot is grounded and strong. We lift tall. And when we're ready, we'll start to walk that left foot back. Be easy here. Just allow that leg for a moment to feel heavy, because we want to stretch the front of the thigh and we need that knee to kind of move down to find this space. And we're going to notice a difference on the two sides, so don't panic here. When you're ready, can we take that left hand, reach to that left ankle? Maybe you don't grab it. That's okay. Let that leg rest. And then we can use the arm to guide that leg back, and then you go, oh, I feel that stretch in the front of that thigh. And this right hand can stay. Remember, it can hold on to behind on the chair. It can come down to the chair, seat. Or do you now want to raise up? Let's find our dancer. Feel that left shoulder blade tucking in and that arm guiding that leg back to wherever it's comfortable for you. Or maybe that foot is down on the ground. Maybe you couldn't lift it, so let that foot come down. Maybe just let that hand come back to feel that space. And then let the hand come down, slowly release the leg. Just let that leg be heavy here. And then begin to ease it. If that foot is flat. And then we start to come back center. So how do we feel? We should feel stretched. We should feel open. So let's once again bring our hips as far forward on the chair as we can. Go ahead, just get them as far forward. Don't fall off the chair. Just go ahead and just get the least amount of your body on the chair that you can feel that you're grounded and strong. Let's bring our hands once more behind us on that chair. Get the heels of the hands on the chair, the pads of the hands on the chair. Feel first the muscles wrapping into the arms, that you can feel those arms strong. Go ahead and lift that chest. Can you bring your tongue here to the roof of your mouth? And then maybe we let our hips come up. Now, do you want a little more? Walk your feet forward. Point your toes, lift your hips, and now you have a reverse plank pose. How cool is that? And then walk the feet back in. Slowly make sure your hips slide back on the chair. Sitting up nice and tall. And let's go ahead and bring our buttocks back. That we can now sit back and have our feet flat. So I bet you just got a little taller. Now, if when you sit back, maybe your feet don't touch, are you fortunate enough that maybe here you can sit in an easy seated pose? Maybe you could even come into lotus, where you could bring one foot or both up into the crooks of your hips. So find where is good for you. And also, you can let your legs be wide. If your feet don't want to touch the ground, I bet if you let your legs go wide, you have a better opportunity to bring the feet down. Isn't it quick how that happy half hour goes? So let's let our eyes gently close. Breathing in as we feel the lifting of the pelvic floor. As we feel the body tall and strong, long, lengthened. And just feeling here as we exhale how we gently let go. Just breathing in to feel that yogic smile, not just on your face, but in every cell, in every molecule of your being. You are right where you need to be. Let's bring our hands together and let them come to our hearts. May the long-time sun shine upon you. May all love surround you. And may the pure light within you guide you on. Peace. Peace, peace. Thank you for being here. Our videos are now also on YouTube. If you look up Flow Yoga Faith, it's under Flow Yoga Faith and Friends. You can also look up my name, Faith Bevan. I really not sure how it's showing up, but on my thing it says Flow Yoga Faith and Friends. So you can catch us there as well. Thank you for your support. Namaste.